Are you right wing or left wing? Um, my favorite wings are, um, honestly, I really like buffalo wings.
Hi, and welcome back to Through the Muck and the Mire. I'm your host, David Hollifield. This is going to be a relatively quick update on Kyle Rittenhouse. I literally just released a video, recorded a video. I'm probably going to release both of these videos at the same time. But the full video will be linked here, and that will be pretty much all of the footage that I've reviewed of Kyle Rittenhouse and basically why I believe that he was defending himself. And I'm not saying that he is a hero, but he's definitely not a white supremacist murderer. But so a couple of the updates, there's three, pertinent updates right now that have come out, and I didn't see them until after I had already finished my video. But the first one is that there will be no gun charges in Illinois. And that is very relevant because that means that he didn't actually have the firearm in Illinois where he lives, which means it's not his gun, which means he didn't take a gun across state lines, which is, one of the biggest arguments that people have had is, why did this kid take a gun across state lines? Obviously he wanted to go kill people, which also that's also not a logical argument because people bring guns across state lines every single day because they want to protect themselves. But that's beside the point. A lot of people don't want to deal with logic, but this proves right here that Illinois, the state that he lives in, not Kenosha where the shooting was, Illinois is not going to charge him for a weapon violation because he didn't have a weapon in Illinois. And this also confirms the press release that was sent out by his defense team, which said that, essentially he was a lifeguard in Kenosha. He got off lifeguard duty and went to help clean graffiti off of a local high school. And then later, somebody that lives in Kenosha said, if you guys are going to go out there and guard this, whatever, mechanic shop or whatever it was that they were asked to guard, then you need to have a firearm with you to protect yourself because the city is burning down and it's a very dangerous environment to be in. If there's, his main thing, which you can see it throughout all of the video that I shared in my last video, is that he was trying to offer help to people, mostly to protesters. He literally was giving medical aid to a female protester in the video that I shared. And if people are getting hurt to the point where they need medical attention, then, maybe he is going to need to protect himself. So there's that. And then, so the second thing, though, is that Joe Biden is, he might be getting sued for libel. He wrongfully accused Kyle Rittenhouse of being a white supremacist and lumped him in with white supremacists in general in a tweet, which I believe I have. Yeah, here you go. So here's the tweet from Joe Biden's official Twitter page, and it clearly says white supremacist. It's talking about Donald Trump not denouncing white supremacists, and it has Kyle Rittenhouse in a video of Kenosha. So it's not not too hard to put two and two together and see that he's accusing Kyle Rittenhouse of being a white supremacist. Now, all of the video evidence that I've looked at, and I've shared that in my previous video, none of that shows any evidence whatsoever of Kyle being a white supremacist. It doesn't show evidence of Kyle being even hateful, malicious in any way whatsoever. He at no point was even aggressive towards anybody. He didn't threaten anybody. He didn't badmouth protesters. He really didn't take a stance either way. All he literally did, and he was interviewed throughout the night multiple times, was say that he was providing medical care to people. He's shown asking people if they need help. He's shown giving people medical help and saying, I'm here to protect businesses and provide medical aid. So there's nothing whatsoever that actually supports this notion that he's a white supremacist, except for if you believe that every single person in the United States that supports Donald Trump is a white supremacist. And I think that that's a very ignorant statement to make, because that is the only thing that you could say to call him a white supremacist, is to assume that everybody that supports Donald Trump is a white supremacist, because that's literally the only information that we have that you could construe that way. He's pro-police and he's pro-Donald Trump. I am anti-Donald Trump and critical of police. I'm not anti-police whatsoever, but I'm very critical of police, and I'm definitely anti-Donald Trump. So it's not like I'm backing this kid because he, aligns with me ideologically, because he doesn't. But that doesn't mean I have to call him a white supremacist. That doesn't mean I need to assume that he's a racist and that he's guilty of murder, because all of the evidence that I've looked at doesn't point there. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about is the first shooter in Kenosha. And I say the first shooter because in my previous video I showed it was kind of a grainy, some grainy footage, and I told you, if you don't believe this, and you can look into it for yourself. There's a little bit better footage that you can find. But apparently this guy actually got arrested. His name's Joshua Ziminski, charged for firing gun just before Rittenhouse shooting. And so in the picture on the bottom left, you can see in the circle him holding his hand in the air. In the other video, you can see from a different angle that there was a muzzle blast, and you can see smoke coming out of the barrel. The picture on the right it's the white guy with the beanie, the black beanie on, and the black jacket, which I have another picture right here. You can see he has a pistol in his hand. This is at the gas station scene where Rosenbaum was yelling, "Shoot me," N-word, like repeatedly, just yelling the N-word and saying "shoot me" after he'd already pushed people and tried to fight them and got in everybody's faces and stuff like that. So anyways, Ziminski officially admitted, and his wife admitted as well, that he shot a pistol in the air before Rittenhouse ever shot Rosenbaum. And so that helps Rittenhouse, because Rittenhouse was running away from Rosenbaum and running away from the direction of Ziminski, and Ziminski shoots his pistol in the air. Rittenhouse hears a gunshot maybe 20 or 30 yards behind him, and reasonably assumes that he's being shot at because he's already being chased. He's had things thrown at him by Rosenbaum. He turns around. By the time he turns around, he's cornered between some cars. Rosenbaum lunges for his gun, which also in that picture it says, and by the way, this picture is not, I didn't make this, so the circles in the editing text is not for me, but it says lunging man. That is Rosenbaum. That's the first person that got shot. Rittenhouse is obviously that guy. There's a guy a little bit to the left of lunging man circle. He's not in a circle, but he is McGinnis, and he is he's a reporter, and that's where most of the footage came from throughout that night. And his statement said, he's clearly like within 10 feet of Rosenbaum and Rittenhouse, and he says that they're running towards the cars. Rittenhouse basically gets cornered between the cars. He hears a gunshot, looks behind him. Rosenbaum closes the distance on him. Rosenbaum lunges for his gun, which is why that picture said lunging man. And then at that point is when Rittenhouse fired the first shots. And so it is a very relevant piece of information that we know that Ziminski has now been charged, and he did in fact shoot the first shot, which caused Rittenhouse to stop running away and turn around, because he reasonably did fear for his life at that point, because somebody very close behind him was shooting at him after he'd just been attacked. But yeah, so other than that, I just wanted to go ahead and give a quick update. If I left anything out, again, please let me know, and I will absolutely respond. I have no problem making follow-up videos to this. There could definitely be information that I've missed out on. There's just, it's a quickly evolving situation. So thank you for watching, and I hope this is helpful. and I'll keep you updated as much as I can. Thank you.